John Jastremski and Chris Lopresti join us now for Brick or Bucket. And in honor of our friend Nicky Lattarillo, let me just say it's Brick in this studio.
Sure is.
All right, Brick, you disagree. Bucket, you agree. JJ, Brick or Bucket? Karl Anthony Towns is the Knicks MVP so far this season.
This is a bucket for me, Eamon. And listen, I love me some Jalen Brunson. I know what Jalen Brunson has meant to the New York Knicks over the last couple of years. Karl Anthony Towns has transformed their offense. And when you think about some of the defections the Knicks have had, they've needed that offense now more than ever. I mean, he goes for 22 and 22 against the Orlando Magic. He's put up monstrous offensive numbers all season long. I don't know, CeeLo, if this is necessarily going to be the case all year where we say Karl Anthony Towns is the Knicks MVP. 2 months in, that's the case.
Yeah, I'll go Bucket as well. Similar to you, though, what you just said, I don't know about the full season because, look, Brunson is obviously, he's the straw that stirs the drink around here. We know that. He's the facilitator. You saw it in that highlight package there. There's so much he can do. But, I mean, Towns has come in, and there's a lot of focus and a lot of pressure on him after the trade. And you talked about some of the defections, and sometimes there's an adjustment period, but he's been really good. You could say maybe the defense has taken a step back. I don't think it's fair to put all that at his feet. Obviously, they lost Isaiah Hartenstein. They haven't had Mitchell Robinson. Precious Achiuwa just came back. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's leading the Knicks in a number of offensive categories. He's leads the league in rebounding per game. He's top 15 in scoring, three-point percentage. He's done pretty much everything you could ask of him, so I think he's the guy so far.
Wow, double buckets. You referenced the highlight package. You did hear me say that Brunson had 31, right? Okay,
yes.
Just want to make sure.
I was referencing the highlight package that Brunson did so much in the game, absolutely.
All right, CeeLo, Brick or Bucket after being out-hustled and seeing Atlanta play with more effort in that home loss? This was the Knicks' most important win of the year.
I'm going to say Bucket as well, even though you could point to a couple of those games on the road trip that they have, hanging 145 points on Denver, in Denver, which was impressive. But I think there is something to be said in responding to a game where, I'm not going to say they were embarrassed, but you come out of it feeling like, man, that was a letdown a little bit on your own court. Trae Young comes in again, and the Hawks do their thing, and they're dancing and celebrating and having a good time. So to have a response on the road, you referenced the highlight package again, Eamon, against a team that had not lost at home so far this year, quality opponent. I'm going to go with this game here.
So I get the argument. I'm going Brick here because Orlando was without their two best players. They didn't have Banchero. They didn't have Franz Wagner. So when I take those guys out of the equation for Orlando, this is a game the Knicks should win. They just don't match up well with Atlanta. I don't know what it is about the Hawks, the physicality, Trae Young, the bad vibes. I expected the Knicks to go and respond. I still think Denver at Denver, they're most impressive and their best win of the year.
All right, JJ, Brick or Bucket? You'll be locked into Thursday night's reunion game with Julius Randle and the T-Wolves.
Oh, this is a bucket? Of course. Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo yelling at the Brunson family going back to the preseason. Karl Anthony Towns back in Minnesota. Yeah, Eamon, I'm sold.
Easy bucket. I wasn't much of a shooter. I'm only 5'7". I was more of a distributor. It's an easy bunny layup for me. Absolutely. A bucket for all the reasons he just said.